you've been at the game for a while, and you've seen a lot of artists come and go. What's your take on what's going on in Northwest hip-hop right now? It seems that it's going through a renaissance. There's a lot of attention, a lot of producers. There's something going on here. What's your take on that?
I guess what's going on is, man, I guess the fruits of you know, the old school's labor, if you would, you know. I seen this new renaissance that's going on is, you know, a direct result of the dudes that, you know, myself, Jonathan Moore's, you know, your Black Angers, your Silas Black, you know, and Jason there, B Mellows, and, you know, the list goes on and on. Supremes, even Nasty Ness, and those guys, you know, the OGs of the Seattle scene. Back when we couldn't get a gig, even we were just talking about this the other day too. Like, you couldn't even get a gig at the Crocodile Cafe back in the early '90s, you know, especially on the weekend. Like, it just wasn't happening, you know. And nowadays, you see this new, you know, this new renaissance where you got a local rap group from Seattle, you know, and they get the club for 3 days in a row on a weekend now, you know what I mean? Everybody's excited to get the main marquee, you know, press is behind it, and everybody's supporting it. So I think the main difference is when we were coming up, there wasn't support outside the hip-hop community for hip-hop, as opposed to nowadays where you got press and club promoters who don't listen to hip-hop and stuff, and they're with it. They're going to book some hip-hop, and, you know, some people are less afraid of it, and then we have other people that are way more afraid of it nowadays, you know, because of its potential. I think because of its potential to unify people and get everybody on the same page. They'll say it's potential for violence and things like that, but, you know, I've been going to hip-hop shows in Seattle for a long time, and violence is a very small percentage of the equation when you look at the whole picture, you know.
Okay. So you think that still clouds the picture? The whole perception that it's violent art?
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, you see a lot of hip-hop nights closing down, like, you know, you're seeing that they're not really lasting that long nowadays. You might get a good year run, as opposed to like your Art Bar run when you had nice, or your Baltic Rooms where you had 7-year runs of one club night, and, you know, little violence for the most part. I can't really say that for the Art Bar, but for the rest of the spots where you got them long running the club nights and stuff, it wasn't too much violence cracking, you know.
Okay.
You might get a drunk guy passed out here and there, and that's happening at a poker night, you know, so that has nothing to do with hip-hop. So.
You're going to be playing at the program at Numos, and you were talking about that, you know, here's a group that's actually playing for 3-4 nights in a row at a major holiday season at one of the biggest clubs in the city, and that's pretty impressive.
Very.
What do you, and the fact that it's all of these artists are coming together, representing the city, the entire Northwest, actually, as many artists that can come together. Did you ever think something like this could be possible a couple of years ago? That you could have this kind of night for these many evenings?
Man, that's what I've been striving for this whole time. So, of course, I thought it was possible. You know what I mean? Like, I don't consider myself an idiot. I'm not like going for an unattainable goal. It's finally here. I might not enjoy all the fruits of it, you know what I mean? But I'm satisfied enough just seeing it happen, you know what I mean? Seeing something happen around here, you know? And seeing people, you know, like, step up and fill those shoes, because, you know, I'm getting old. I'm not going to be out there, you know, doing it like that the whole time.
You've been successful with your work. Your music has been picked up, I think that's a term for it, picked up or bought by some of the biggest hip-hop artists in the world right now. What's that feel like? Is it validating, or is it like just part of the game?
I'm not going to say it's just part of the game for everybody. Hopefully it becomes more a part of my game, though. But Shoot, it feels good. It feels like, it feels like I'm getting there. I'm one of those guys that's kind of never satisfied where I'm at. I always feel like I can, go forward. So it's good and all. I consider it a blessing that, I'm able to be in those circles and my music can touch those people too, But, at the same time, I feel like I've yet to come close to my biggest accomplishments. So
What do you want to see happen next for you?
Next,
Are you open or you got a plan?
a little bit of both. I mean, you can't make a plan with other people's time and other people's resources necessarily. You could just plan to do your part in the whole thing. So, I guess I have plans and goals for myself. As far as I'm breaking ground. I'm being able to get new sounds that I've always wanted to get. That just weren't attainable to me back then for whatever reason, financial reasons, didn't know what piece of gear it was, whatnot. So I feel like, just the new knowledge I've obtained from, studying textures and music, and I've been doing a whole lot of engineering too, so, and I'm bringing some of that into my big game. I think just those improvements that I'm making are gonna, thrust me into new realms, new genres where, I'll be able to produce some rock, and I'm doing a lot of R&B nowadays. I'm trying to put some new textures in that too, and old textures, if you will. So, it don't stop. I'm not in in the industry in the R&B level. I just tapped into some rap guys. Now the next step is let's tap into some R&B guys and to some rock guys and house, whatever it might be.
So you're open to anything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, hip-hop is it's basically a whole bunch of genres coming together in one music. And so if you start hip-hop, I think you have no, if you really about your music, you have no choice but to expand into all those genres and really get deep into all of them, you know what I mean? Because you started out, dealing with all of them in the first place, So it's only natural.
Thank you.